transcribing the past to craft the future, journaling for the new year. Welcome back, merry meet, my friends. I'm Witch Hazel, and today I have notes for you on one of my all-time favorite themes, which is journaling. Now, you may ask, what does journaling have to do with a channel about witchcraft, right? Actually, quite a lot. I will be referencing some of my old videos to do on this same theme. But for today, what we're going to talk about is why I'm talking about this right now. Spoiler alert, it's the end of the year. So, and then I'm going to talk about how I have journaled in the past, how I am currently journaling, to include some of the facets of journaling that I think are essential to make it worthwhile, and lastly, how I plan to use journaling to help me plan for the new year and accomplishing the things that I want to do in the new year. All right, so first off, why this video? Well, as already mentioned, I believe journaling is a very important thing. But that said, I believe proper journaling or correct journaling is an important thing, not just any journaling. Now, if you've been around this channel long enough, you will know that I have a previous video detailing why I destroyed 20 years worth of journals. If you want the long explanation to that, I will link to the video. If you want the short explanation, it is that my journaling was not effective. Meaning, what does effective journaling mean? It means it didn't work for me in the way that I wanted it to. Now, I do want to put in a disclaimer here that journaling is not a right or wrong thing. You can journal however you want to journal, and if that works for you, then it's fine. My issue with how I was journaling is it did not work for me, because what I believe journaling should do is it should provide a way to move forward in life, to be something a little bit more active than just a generic, this is what I did today. So this is what I mean by effective journaling. How I journaled in the past. So in the past, once I finally got into journaling, which it took me a while to get into. I had tried as a child to keep a diary, and I never could get into it. So I found that so long as I did not require myself to write in my journal every day, that I could actually keep a journal for a while. And after about 20 years of keeping random journals, I would write down whatever I was thinking of, I realized that I didn't need to keep those things with me. For one thing, a lot of what I journaled was negative. I would always go to my journal when I was feeling down about something, when I was angry about something. So I would just, that was my space to let all of that out and get it on a page. But if it's written down now on paper, and if I take these books and I take them with me from one place to the next place whenever I move, I am carrying all of this negative junk with me from one place to the next, and that was not what I wanted. Again, and this brings me into how I am journaling now. I went back to the idea of the artist's way and morning pages. Quick fact, I do not like The Artist's Way. I don't like that book. I don't like how the author presents information. Honestly, it sounds to me like she is trying to be a psychologist and has zero licensure to do that. So that's my issue with that book. Also, many of the activities, many of the thought activities that she has, I don't like. However, there were a couple of things that I did take away from my latest attempt at morning pages. And those were a review, factoring in a check-in to my weekly journaling. So basically I journal for a week as I normally do, and then I take time on the final day to sit and review everything. I underline the things that stand out to me. I take notes in the margins. In fact, I specifically create margins in my journals for this purpose, for the note taking. And then I have the check-in at the end of the week. That is one thing I took away from it that I thought was good. The second thing is the idea of an artist date. The idea of creating a date with myself, just to be with myself and enjoy something that is not work, that is not related to other people, just something totally for me. I do like that. Now, I've fallen out of the habit a bit, but I do want to bring that back in the new year. So I plan to do that. Another thing which I did not get from the Artist's Way in the morning pages, but that I did change in my journaling. And this was a change that I made back when I got rid of my old journals. I decided to actively try to be, for one, a little bit more positive in my journal, to purposely turn things around when I want to write something negative. Think about, can I think of a positive aspect of this and focus on that instead? So I did do that. I don't always succeed. Very often I do not succeed. But I at least have that idea now that I want to incorporate more positive speech into what I write. That's one thing. Another thing that I changed about this time was adding in more introspection. So I will very often read something, take notes on a thought or an idea that I had, and I will use that as a journal prompt, essentially. I will go in and instead of just writing, I don't know what to write today, I had a lousy day, I will choose a prompt if I have one, and I will think about it, because the whole reason it caught my attention to begin with was it was something I wanted to think about more. So I will pull those, and also if I run across things in my weekly check-in that I decide, oh hey, that's a good point, I want to think more on that, I will underline it, I will make a note, I will list it in the check-in so that I know if I'm ever stuck for what to write, I will go back to my list and I will see if anything jumps out at me that I want to think about that day. So those are the changes that I made. For any of you who may be new to journaling, wanting to start journaling, or not know, maybe your journaling has gone flat and you don't know what to do about it, I have a playlist of videos on exactly this theme, on journaling, how to do it, how to get started, different techniques you can use to enhance your journaling. I will be linking that either in the description, in the cards, both somewhere. So you will have that. Please do go take a look if that is of interest to you. All right, and the second thing I want to point out is that one of the things I am going to incorporate coming up this coming year in my new journaling for the upcoming year is how I can use the information gained from doing my life path work. If you have not seen those videos yet, please take a look. Again, I will link everything for you. Doing my life path work, figuring out what it is that I believe I am here on this earth for, or what I should be doing. Focus more on that and incorporating it into my upcoming journaling. That is a major goal for me that I'm hoping to find a way to do. If you would like to do something similar, but you are not sure what your life path is, you still need to do work to figure that out, please also check the description. I have links to the life path bundle that I did and that I put together for you. Use that as a resource, please, if you think that it will be helpful to you. Now is a great time of year to start thinking about those things. All right, so all of that aside, what is my plan for moving into 2024? I'm going to continue with certain elements of my journaling. These are the ones I've already mentioned. So the diary, the reflection, the thought process. The thing that I have seen come up most in all of my reviews are the things that I am going to try and alter in the new year, because many of them are negative. And see, I don't want to see all of those same notes and complaints when I get to this point next year. That is what I want to avoid. So I am going to take all of those notes, I'm going to condense them into a reference sheet, and I am going to see how can I use my journal even more effectively in kind of in tandem with my planner. So I believe that is all the information I have for the moment on this theme, but I would love to know if you have any questions for me. If you have plans or videos about your plans for journaling in the new year, I would love to watch those. So please add into the description what you're planning to do, how you use your journal, any of those tidbits. So thank you for joining me for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like it. If you are not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, because I will be bringing in many more videos on these themes of integrating the spiritual side of life with the practical side of witchcraft and life in general. So you're not going to want to miss those. And until the next video, everyone, blessed be.